Hi, I'm Brett Rollerson, manager of the Mobile Launcher Operations. We're going to go inside MLP-1. This is compartment 7B of the mobile launcher, where a lot of the electrical mods will be performed for the Ares rocket. Many of the modifications are just in the high-tech field, where we have to tell our electronics that we've had for shuttle to look for only one SRB as opposed to two, and don't look for the orbiter in the external tank. Also, we have some specialized equipment going in that is going to monitor some of the physical characteristics of the rocket as the ascent takes place. These panels were in place for shuttle and served a purpose with the solid rocket boosters, but as I said, now they have to be trained and reprogrammed to look for only one solid rocket booster. We also have specialized instrumentation going in over here that is going to monitor the physical characteristics during ascent. The Ares has an instrumentation ring on it high up on the ship that sends a lot of signals back, and this is the equipment that will gather that data and send it to the engineers and scientists that need to have it on hand. This is some of the instrumentation necessary to gather some of the physical characteristics of the Ares ship during ascent. The rocket is going to send back many signals, and this equipment here will send it to the necessary people that need to have that information.
Ready to go.
This equipment is being modified for Ares. It's a part of the solid rocket booster joint heater system. As I said, for shuttle, it was programmed to monitor the characteristics of two solid rocket boosters. Now it'll only be monitoring the characteristics of one. Most of your modifications here are on B level, which are electrical in nature. The best part about using this mobile launcher, or one of the shuttle mobile launchers for the Ares 1X, is it requires very little modification. Most modifications are just a matter of changing wires and putting in electrical panels. Structurally speaking, the MLP will stay the same as it did for shuttle. Since the AFSCR, the Ares solid rocket booster, is pretty much the same as the shuttle, we're able to use this hydraulic unit, which is used to test the ground systems prior to launch. This is the same hydraulic unit used for all the shuttle missions. The solid rocket boosters use hydraulics to operate its nozzle, to be able to move its nozzle during flight. Now, it has its own hydraulic unit on board, but prior to launch, we test it using this equipment here. This is a hydraulic unit that can simulate the onboard hydraulics and make the nozzle gimbal. At the moment of launch, we have a water tower at the pad that holds 300,000 gallons of water, which is released, and part of it comes through these pipes in order to hold down on the sound. They're called sound suppression water pipes. These pipes run all through the mobile launcher and come up through giant rainbirds on the upper deck. During launch, the MLP is pressurized in order to keep structural stability and keep out unwanted gases that might damage the inside of the mobile launcher. This is the only airlock, this is the only access when the MLP is pressurized. In the distance is Launch Pad 39B, the site of the launch of the Ares 1X. You can also see the 3 tall towers, which are lightning protection towers newly installed for the Ares 1X mission. Those were not required for shuttle, and that was one of our mods recently completed. You also see the Loxton hydrogen storage tanks, which will not be required for Ares 1X, since it doesn't have any cryogenics on board for this first mission. The tail service masts on top of the mobile launcher, although vital to the shuttle program, won't be used for the Ares 1X, but they're not going to be removed either because it's really not necessary. Mobile launcher platform number 1, having recently finished up its commitment to the space shuttle program, is being transferred over for use for the Ares 1X developmental flight. At over 9 million pounds of steel and technology, it is the basis for all the flight vehicles to sit on.